President Barack Obama's major foreign policy platform has been the shepherding of the withdrawal of US military forces from the Middle East. He's had to rely more on the use of drone aircraft while increasing the training and equipping of national forces.
We would like the Gulf to handle their own defenses and to work cohesively as a unified military body. And there's been some successes with, for instance, the United Arab Emirates Air Force. But they're still a long way off. I mean, this is the classic case of you sell these, these shiny military hardware, but you can't really make the Gulf use them effectively.
In the last 5 years, arms exports to the Gulf Cooperation Council nations have increased by 71%. And in 2014, Saudi Arabia became the largest market for the defense industry at almost $6.5 billion. The United Arab Emirates was the fourth largest, and US arms manufacturers have benefited more than any other country.
It's our view that the United States is going to have to weigh very carefully each arms transfer request to determine whether that transfer is in our security interest, the United States security interest, the security of the region, and whether, if transferred, those weapons would contribute to regional arms racing.
In Yemen, both Saudi Arabia and the UAE have been bombing Houthi targets using US-made fighter jets, among others. US diplomats are concerned over high civilian casualties there. Separately, they've been trying to persuade Gulf nations that a proposed nuclear deal with Iran could improve regional stability.
I mean, the real thing that I see is they do need missile defense, and they need better intelligence integration, and maritime defense is absolutely critical. I mean, a huge threat from Iran is their sea-based cruise missiles, their fast attack boats, the naval mines, so this is a real threat.
Some Arab leaders have requested the US sell them the next generation F-35 fighter jet, which uses stealth technology to avoid radar detection. But the US is unlikely, according to experts, to sell these high-end F-35 fighters to the Gulf countries because of a law that cites that Israel has to maintain a qualitative edge in any US arms sales. But aside from that, what we are seeing is emerging from this is a sense in which a very pragmatic presidential policy is emerging in the Middle East, in which the US is essentially saying, yes, we will provide you with robust missile defense and also try to provide as much assistance in the maritime security space as we possibly can. So I think this represents a real moment in the President Obama's Middle East policy. It shows you quite how pragmatic this administration has become in the wake of an Arab Spring period when it was all about aspirational politics. Now it's all about trying to reassure those traditional allies and maintain a kind of security posture that provides some kind of framework in an era of high insecurity in the Middle East.